You know him as the guy with the mustache, the charm, and the kind of screen presence that makes you stop scrolling. Tom Selleck has been a Hollywood legend for decades. But here's the thing. Out of all his iconic roles, which one does he love the most? Was it the smooth-talking private investigator in Magnum PI? Or maybe the rugged cowboy in Quigley Down Under? Stick around, because we're about to break down Tom Selleck's most unforgettable characters, and by the end, you'll find out which one holds a special place in his heart. Trust me, his answer might surprise you. Let's start with the role that made him a household name, Thomas Magnum. Magnum PI wasn't just a TV show, it was a cultural phenomenon. For 8 seasons, Tom Selleck brought this charming, Hawaiian shirt-wearing detective to life, and fans couldn't get enough. But here's a fun fact. Did you know Tom almost didn't get the part? He was actually the second choice for the role, but once he stepped into Magnum's shoes, there was no looking back. The show made him a star. And that mustache? Iconic. But here's the question. Does Magnum still top Tom's list of favorite roles? We'll get to that in a minute. Next up, let's talk about Quigley Down Under. If you've ever seen this movie, you know it's a wild ride. Tom plays Matthew Quigley, a sharpshooter who travels to Australia and ends up in the middle of a dangerous feud. It's a classic Western with a twist, and Tom's performance is pure gold. But here's something you might not know. Tom did most of his own stunts in this film. That's right. Those intense horseback scenes and fight sequences, all him. It's no wonder fans still talk about this movie decades later. But is it Tom's favorite? Well, let's keep going. Then there's Three Men and a Baby. This movie was a massive hit in the 80s, and Tom's role as Peter Mitchell showed a completely different side of him. He wasn't just the tough guy anymore, he was a funny, lovable dad trying to figure out how to take care of a baby. The chemistry between Tom and his co-stars, Ted Danson and Steve Guttenberg, was electric, and the movie became one of the highest-grossing films of the year. But here's the kicker. Tom has said in interviews that this role was one of the most fun he's ever done. Does that mean it's his favorite? We're getting closer to the answer. Now let's fast forward to more recent years. If you're a fan of Blue Bloods, you know Tom Selleck as Frank Reagan, the no-nonsense police commissioner of New York City. This role has earned him critical acclaim and a whole new generation of fans. What's interesting is that Tom has been playing Frank for over a decade, and he said that he loves the complexity of the character. Frank Reagan is a man of integrity, but he's also flawed, and that makes him relatable. But here's the real question. After all these years, does Frank Reagan top Tom's list of favorite roles? Okay, let's not forget about Jesse Stone. This series of TV movies might not be as well known as some of his other work, but for Tom, it's been a passion project. He plays Jesse Stone, a small-town police chief with a troubled past. The role has given Tom the chance to explore a darker, more introspective character, and he said that he feels a deep connection to Jesse. In fact, he's even produced some of the movies himself. So, could Jesse Stone be his favorite? We're about to find out. Now here's the moment you've been waiting for. Out of all these incredible roles, which one does Tom Selleck love the most? Drumroll, please. It's Thomas Magnum. That's right. The role that launched his career is still the one he holds closest to his heart. In interviews, Tom has said that Magnum was more than just a character. He was a part of who Tom is. The show gave him his big break, and the fans' love for Magnum has never faded. But here's the twist. Tom also has a soft spot for Frank Reagan. He said that playing Frank has been one of the most rewarding experiences of his career. So, while Magnum might be his favorite, Frank Reagan is a close second. So, what do you think? Do you agree with Tom's pick, or do you think another role deserves the top spot? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts.